I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than your others.
I said I'll
I'll
be.
be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than enough for you. I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, even more undercovers.
I said I'll
More than a
be.
lover, more than a woman, more than enough for you. Midnight grinding,
Bay,
heart race, racing.
Bay. We gotta get started with the episode.
You go, I
I
go,
understand that, but
we
no,
share pillows.
we'll save that for another episode.
But
I know, but we gotta get to this one. This is very important.
fine.
Yo, what's up, you guys? This your boy Marquis,
And this is your one and only and your favorite Taylor.
and welcome back to the You Stuck With Me podcast.
You stuck. You stuck with me.
Y'all, I am happy because I have something to present to y'all. This is the big news that we've been talking about. We officially have a sponsor for the podcast.
Say what?
Yes. It is Blind Resistance, and I am rocking their t-shirt right now. What does it say, babe?
You have the power to protect your peace. Oh, that's a word
Mm-hmm.
for
Yes.
the people in the back.
Yes, we are now officially sponsored by Blind Resistance. They are a clothing line who are working with every person. They're trying to work with impoverished communities. So they're trying to do everything from education to financial literacy to fashion. Great company, and I'm glad that we have them as a sponsor for the podcast, babe.
Yeah, that just reminds me. I need to update my wardrobe.
Oh yeah, because at the Black Women's Expo, they took all my money.
You was cleaning house. You was
Yeah.
just like, throw it in the bag. Oh, oh,
No lies.
oh.
No lies there. There's no cap.
If the price on the tag, just throw it in the bag.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling.
and you be talking about me spending money.
But you know what? That's a once a year type of thing. It's rare that I do that.
Is it really once a year though?
Yeah. When is the last time I did that? Last year.
No. Madden, your birthday, just a month ago with some shoes.
Them shoes were like under $200. It was like 3 pairs of them.
That's still
Here you go. Anyway, y'all. So
rude.
so in this episode, you guys, we're talking about what happened. We went to the Black Women's Expo.
Yes.
First of all,
I love going to the Black Women's Expo. I just love it. That's like my neo soul, get your life, natural care products just balled up in like a whole pot of goodness.
yeah, the Black Women's Expo definitely smells like natural hair products and shea butter.
Ooh,
I definitely love going there.
Cause my sunshine has come.
And we're gonna get to that part too.
And I'ma cry out.
I don't know why I don't do nothing to you.
There's no more rain in this cloud.
So we went to the Black Women's Expo. What was it, 2 weeks ago? Or last week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. We always look forward to going to the Black Women's Expo because there's so many things that Black women are doing. They are creators. They are business women. They do a lot of things from politics to, like I said, money, education.
And let me tell y'all this. I'm the one that put Marquis on.
She definitely did though,
because I'm like, how have you not been to this place?
And each year I look forward to going because I like getting some of the vendors. They definitely have dope T-shirts. Obviously, I'm wearing one, so I look forward to going. And it's clothes that I can get that nobody else has. I've yet to see anybody else with anything that I've gotten from the Black Women's Expo.
Well, not only that's where I got your beard products from too.
Oh yeah, shout out. I can't say shout out to my beard right now because I cut it off. But it's coming back during the.
I told him not to cut the beard.
Look, it's coming back during the cold months, y'all. So
anyway, but I'm like, how can you not ever been to this place? I guess it's foreign to me to hear somebody say they never been because it's always been like, I guess a family tradition for me. Like it's always been my mom, my godmom, my aunties, my bonus mom, my sister. You know, we used to always plan out like what day we was gonna go, and then we used to go it lasts for 3 days, I think. Yeah, 3 days. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So as I got older and when I worked, I'm like, well, shoot, I can go on the first day because it won't be as crowded, and I get to be able to walk around. Saturday is always the most crowded day.
That's
because
because
everybody's off work,
kids aren't in school.
school, everything. But Sundays, we used to always plan like if it was something that we wanted to get that we couldn't get on Saturday, we always plan to come back on Sunday to get it because it'd be either lower price or that's when they try to get rid of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's always an experience.
And you know what's an experience when we go to the Black Women's Expo?
What's that?
We always see somebody that we know.
Yeah. I think this time it was me that saw somebody I knew. Well,
Uh,
we both knew her.
it was somebody else that I knew that you didn't know.
Oh well. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
I guess
always
we both even on the bet.
yeah. So I mean, we always make this bet whenever we go out, y'all. That I'm going because I'm the quote unquote social
You
butterfly.
are the social butterfly. We had this talk. We had this discussion. You are the social butterfly, and I'm the most introvert extrovert ever.
I can't say that's cap because you did say that, so I'm gonna let you have that one. But yeah, we always see somebody that we know. The Black Women's Expo is a great time. You find out a lot of stuff. And you learn a lot of stuff. Like I like how they always have something about women's health because for African American women, unfortunately, whatever diagnosis or disease that is out there, Black women are the ones that are the most affected by it.
Well, not only that, we also in a time period where women's health is being focused now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like in the
It's
political arena right
it's
now.
a war on women's health.
Yes, and then us as African American women, we are most prone to a lot of things.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately. So yes, I do like how they had like the blood pressure checks or even I think they had something like memory and stuff too. It's like a lot of free screenings and stuff like that so you can get an idea of where your health lies.
and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they had flu shots and you can get COVID vaccinations there too as well.
Possibly, I'm not sure.
I know Walgreens is there. Walgreens is big with the Black Women's Expo. They
They're
show
like
out
a big
every year.
sponsor. Yeah,
They
they're a
show
big
out every
sponsor.
year. And speaking of Black women who come out to who have a booth at the Black Women's Expo. Shout out to Rynette because Rynette, who was our wedding coordinator, she had a booth that she was there Sunday from 10 to 2 promoting her new children's book.
Baby, that is a multi hyphenate there, and I'm glad to say that we know her before she get really big. That lady is destined for great things.
Definitely. So shout out to
Destined.
shout out to you, Rynette. I hope you did well at the booth. I forgot to ask you, but you doing big things.
And also, don't forget about her book.
Make sure y'all get her book.
Make sure you grab her book.
It's available on Amazon. For some reason, the name of the book draws a blank to me. I don't know why.
But we'll fact check. We'll share that. We'll share that on social medias.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So
Ooh.
one of the things that we did, which was cool while we were at the Black Women's Expo, we definitely learned some things about not just Black women's health, but Black men's health, and it's some things that I need to brush up on because I'm reaching the age of 35, and even at 35, there's some things I need to look at, especially with the diagnosis I received a few years ago.
Dang, you old.
You play too much.
You old.
You right behind me.
I'm still a young spree chicken. What the hell you talk about?
Yeah, I.
I am.
You weren't saying that when you found that. No, I'm playing.
Don't play like that. Don't play
No.
like that.
Nah, but seriously, they talk. Not only do they have stuff with Black women, but they have some stuff with Black men too. So I learned some things, brushed up on some stuff for my health. So I plan to be here for a long time, not just a good time.
Now I will say this though. One thing I did learn there, which was like very interesting to me, was about women's reproductive system. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I know about women's reproductive system because I'm a woman. But when it comes to like certain viruses, stuff like that, it had the percentage of it returning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna get too much of what I had, but the situation that I had,
Mm-hmm.
I had a surgery and everything like that. I didn't know even after the surgery the percentage that it could return.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
And
that's a little scary, but
and when they're expos and things of that nature out here that are for us as Black people, we need to get out and support our own because if can you imagine the stuff that we can accomplish if we all work together instead of being individuals?
all the time. I think the best way I could describe the Black Women's Expo is it's like our slice of Black Wall Street,
Mm-hmm.
because you see all these different businesses and stuff, like from games to hair to body to books to food and culinary arts, like a lot of stuff.
Speaking of art, there was a lot of booths out there who did like personal art,
Yeah.
photography, literature. If you haven't been to the Black Women's Expo, it happens every year in August. Make sure that next year you get out there because you don't want to miss it.
Man, because I know one thing that I thoroughly enjoy seeing, there was a Black chiropractor.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's something else that I learned at the Black Women's Expo. This was years ago, and I say it every now and then. It reminds me that Black people are not a monolith; that we are multi-talented and we stretch and work in different areas and different
And we have our
genres.
hand in everything.
Yes,
Okay, like wow.
from policing to literature to music. Black Women's Expo. I actually look forward to it every year.
And we gotta talk about some of the awesome people that we met.
Yeah, so let's talk. Let's go. You want to start on that first, Bay? You want to talk about that first?
You know I don't go first on stuff. You know I like how you set the tone and stuff. Why do you always ask me that question?
Well, I'm a gentleman, so ladies first.
Hmm. I can't even be mad at that. Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first.
That song definitely came in my mind after I said that. So, the first one of the most important and influential people that we met is the CEO for Blind Resistance, Jacqueline Malone.
Yes.
She
Yes.
she had her booth in because I was at the time I was looking for T-shirts for guys because I didn't see a lot at the time. We came over there. Look, that's why I said she took all my money because I got like 4 or 5 T-shirts.
All his money.
Yes,
All his money.
and
Matter of fact, I got one of the wristbands I got from her.
yeah,
From her boo.
show off that wristband.
I mean, I guess you can see it a little bit. It is, because you know I'm saved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it says, with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26.
And let the church say amen.
Well,
She had a lot of dope things. She had wristbands, T-shirts, hats, a lot of things that I liked as a customer. So and she had her son there. He was also vending with her. He had his own clothing line as
because
well.
let's talk about that. Because he looked like he's about 16,
Mm-hmm.
starting his own clothing line at 16,
Maybe younger.
maybe younger. Just, first of all, I wasn't even thinking nothing like that at 16.
I wasn't either. I was still trying to hoop.
No, you know what I was doing at 16 years old? I was trying to be a rapper.
I've seen the pictures.
Hey, I have a little bit of flow, but that's a different episode for a
Well,
different
I
time.
didn't say that you didn't. I've heard you.
But yeah, that's a different that's a different story for a different time and a different episode. But anyway, now that's what I'm really looking forward to, because it's like that is really dope. Because the way, from looking at him and speaking with him, first of all, he's very articulate.
Very,
Very articulate. I thought he was a little bit older than 16.
very articulate, very intelligent.
And very creative.
Yes, his
Right.
clothing line
Because
is
some
gonna
of it,
go.
because it looked like some of his shirts were intertwined,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like, man, I was like, I'm looking forward to this clothing line. Keep me updated when your line comes out, sir. I will be your model.
I was about to say that. You know what would be fun to do? To walk in a fashion show.
Oh,
And,
I
and
walked in a fashion show before.
I've never did that. I remember we had one in high school, but I didn't go.
Oh, well, I don't remember the one in high school, but in elementary school, I did. I was a model in a fashion show.
I would do that. I would like to for both of us to model clothes, from Blind Resistance. I forgot the name of his clothing line, but that would be dope.
Yeah. Ooh, that just brings me back in the day when I was a model. But when I did that one runway show, baby, that's when Fubu was hot. Remember Fubu?
Yeah, for us by us.
Right? And it's funny because now he's on Shark Tank. But in case you didn't know, he's on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
So I never forget it. I had a Fubu suit. It was all white and it had like different silver sequences on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first tried out, my walk was all hard. And I forgot the lady's name, but she was like, loosen up a little bit, put your hand on your hip and all that stuff. So she told me that, baby, everybody had had a field day with me walking down this runway.
I remember having a red FUBU shirt when I was younger. It had FUBU at the bottom, and it had looked like a picture of Fat Albert looking towards my arm. So it was cool. I had it for a good minute until I outgrew it. But yeah, Fubu was definitely in my collection. Shout out to Kendrick.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I do remember the one in high school. I was actually in that one. I remember I had on a purple dress, and then I think I modeled a suit too. I was so nervous. I just walked real fast. I remember that. Yeah, I'm a woman of many talents.
I believe it. I see it every day.
Oh, but back to the awesome people that we met at the Black Women's Expo.
So not only did we meet the CEO of Blind Resistance, we got to see Jennifer Lewis, comedian, actress, very talented, very funny.
Let me tell you about Auntie Jennifer. You know she had to tell the story about what was she? She fell from 10 feet
She fell 10 feet into a
into
was it a pit?
a pit.
She fell. So check this out, y'all. If y'all don't know the story, she was over in Africa and she was just vacationing, and she said that she was at a safari resort.
I forgot. It sounded like a safari resort, and it was really dark, and she couldn't see where she was going.
So
So she stepped out. Um, I guess she thought it was a step, and she fell 10 feet, to say
tell
the least.
yes, fell 10 feet into a pit. So to give you guys an idea how far 10 feet is, think about how a basketball rim sits in a gym and how far it is to the floor. That's how far she fell.
Ooh. And then the crazy thing about it is she didn't tell nobody till after.
And she said she broke her hip, and she said that she was in a wheelchair, but she did, like you
Yeah.
said,
She didn't tell anybody until she was able to walk again. And then she talked about her mental disability. I'm not gonna say illness because she's still moving around
yeah, she was
and
diagnosed
everything.
with bipolar
Polar disorder, I
disorder.
think. Yeah.
She said I think age 34 or something
Yeah.
like that.
She was young.
Yeah, so and she said that that was part of her or had something to do with her sex addiction.
Yeah, she had went through a lot of trials and tribulations in her life. But what I loved about her talking or speaking about that, she used that as her platform to motivate her to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it ties into the next person that we saw, our good Sora, Miss Angie
Angie
Stone.
Stone.
Right. First of all, she told us she had what,
Nine.
9 surgeries on her legs.
Both of them.
Both of them. So she was being walked out to the stage, and she said, I'm not going to let what's going on my legs affect what I came here to do. And I'm still going to use the gift that God gave me. And she sung the house down. You hear me?
Yes.
Down.
And I forgot how many hits that Angie Stone has.
Oh, she got a whole catalog, and that's just her being as a solo act.
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that. Let's go into that again. So she's a solo act now, but she started out in a group of 3.
Yeah, so okay, I guess I'm gonna be a hip hop historian right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
go ahead and put your music nerd on.
Okay, let me turn my nerd on. Okay, so
Hopped about the bed,
turn my
nerd
on. Looked in the mirror, said, "What's up?" Okay. So for those who don't know, Angie Stone started out in a hip hop trio, which was called Sequence.
Mm-hmm.
She went by Angie B.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 members escapes my mind right now.
But one of them was there. I think the other one couldn't come because of family. Something. I think
family stuff. But anyway, so they were actually the first female hip hop group.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Right.
And they just got inducted to the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. And I think they are getting inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But don't quote me on that. They're getting inducted again. So
so their group Sequence is responsible for the sample that Dr. Dre used in
keep their hairs ringing.
Yeah, keep their hairs ringing.
Ding dong. Ring a ding 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 dong. Yeah.
So they definitely have made a lot of things happen.
They were trailblazers.
Yeah.
And I feel like they don't get talked about enough.
Yeah, they don't get their just due like they should.
Yeah, they don't get their just due. And then also look at the time period that was.
She said 1974.
somewhere around there.
74 or 72.
Somewhere around there. At that time, hip hop was male dominated, right? Like uh you still had Roxanne Shante, you still had Salt and Pepper, you had those trailblazers too. But,
Somebody influenced them, and that was
somebody
Sequence.
influenced them. Like, and that was another thing I liked about Black Women's Expo too. They really talked about the impact of women in hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there was mention about Sequence, there was mention about MC Light, there was mention about Queen Latifah,
Yo
there
yo.
Yo, another soror, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy about. Z5B been doing their thing, but we'll talk about that later. Um, and just the list goes on and on. And that's what I really love about the Black Women's Expo too, because it's about women empowerment and it's like a women's history lesson,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I think not only is a women's history lesson, it's just a history lesson, period, because Black history is history.
Yeah. And it just inspires me every time I go. And it makes me sit and think like, man, I've done some stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So
And for the things that you accomplished, but anything that any Black women accomplish, y'all should be proud of yourselves,
yeah.
because, and I'm gonna go back to a little history myself. Malcolm X once said this. He said that the Black woman is the least protected people in the world,
Mm.
which there's I don't argue that, because Black women face so much. You deal with what the world does, and then sometimes you deal with what other Black women do, and then you deal with us as Black men. You, the Black women are this by far the strongest people that I know.
And that's not to say, because, somebody gonna hit this and construe it. That's not to say Black men don't go through anything.
Agreed.
That's not to say that. But it's just to put a magnifying glass a little bit on Black women. Cause I mean, who was it? I think it was DeVal that mentioned it on one of the episodes of Dead Ass Podcast when he mentioned about childbirth. Like, we expect the woman to give birth and to bounce back like that.
And that's just not something
And
that
that's just not
can be
something
done.
that can be done,
At
because
least
you
in
have
most
soldiers,
cases.
out there who have to train themselves to sleep with one eye open, or to be aware of surroundings when they sleep, which that's I'm not gonna say that's abnormal, but that
Just how they train.
that's how they train. But you expect a woman who just gave birth, no training at all, to be able to bounce back, to take care of the house, take care of the kids, and monitor her health.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people forget that childbirthing is life threatening.
It is.
Very life threatening.
And unfortunately, Black women are they have the highest rate of death during birth or postpartum.
And postpartum, right? So, I mean, let's get into it a little bit, because now I'm at that age where it's like, okay, I want to have kids. We've been talking about starting a family and stuff like that. And this is one of the things I was talking to you about my medical history. Like, doctors may say I might have to be on this medication postpartum, and they have to monitor me and everything like that. That's scary.
It is. That's
very
scary.
scary.
That's scary for anybody.
That's scary for anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I want kids so bad enough, you just be like,
that's just something that you don't. That's not the first thing that comes to your mind.
That's not the first thing that comes in your mind.
You're
right?
just you're thinking about this beautiful life or lives, depending on how many that you have. You're thinking about all the things that they're going to accomplish, how you want to raise them, how you want to see them grow and do things.
But you see how we talk about the life of the child, but what about the life of the mother?
And that was actually on display at the Black Women's Expo too, talking about the different ways that Black women can advocate for themselves, or their partners can advocate for them during childbirth, pre-childbirth, and post-childbirth.
Yeah, and that was one thing, and that's one of the main things that I brought up with you when we first started talking about starting a family. I'm like, okay, babe, one thing I'm really big on, if it's, God forbid, I'm in a situation where I can't advocate for myself, like I'm under or something like that, I need you.
Then I'm going to advocate for you. And if they don't do what they need to do, let's believe I'm going to tear that hospital up. So serious.
No, I'm laughing because of your facial expression, but I know you're really serious.
Yes. I don't play about that. I don't play about mine.
I oh, you scared me. Did you see that? He scared me, and I'm the wife.
Nah, but not serious, y'all. Oh, serious, y'all. Just learn about how Black women can advocate for themselves if nobody else is there. How their partners can advocate for them. How their family can advocate for them. And then we also learned about dealing with medical debt and the different programs that are available to Black women and the Black family. So it was very educational.
And a lot of free products.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of free
A
products,
lot of free products.
and all the free products that we got, we're hooked.
Yeah,
We're hooked.
yeah. Because baby, if they had free kaleidoscope there,
You would have lost your mind.
I would have lost it.
Like, oh my god, you got more of the
You
kaleidoscope
gonna
stuff?
stop making me sound like a crack addict, bro?
Maybe. No, I gotta tell y'all. So it's a funny joke. So whenever we go to a store, whether it's
Don't be
Walmart, whether
telling
it's,
my business like that.
but it's funny though, at least to
I'm
me.
just playing. I don't care if you tell.
So if we go to Target, Walmart, CVS Pharmacy, Walgreens, even a little corner store, she's going to go to the hair care aisle to see if they have kaleidoscope.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, they do.
Yep.
And if they don't, she's going to throw a fit.
But that's all right, because I'm be doing that with blind resistance now. If I don't see none of these shirts in stores,
Oh yeah, yeah. We need to get work on that. Get blind resistance in Walmart, Target. Get it in CVS Pharmacy doesn't really sell clothes, so
you'll be surprised.
it,
They
you know
might.
it actually depends on where you go and what
It
region
depends
you
where you.
in because
Yeah.
it could be a regional thing.
It no matter where I go and what I see. Mm-hmm.
I like how you did that. You slid that in there very smoothly.
Mm-hmm. I'm always full of songs.
Du-
Always.
Duly noted. But yeah, you guys, the Black Expo is a place to go. It's family oriented. We have a good time. They always have something to teach us. If you're looking for something specific, more times than not, that they will have. Oh, that's what we got from the Black Women's Expo that we haven't talked about.
What?
The detox drink.
Mm.
Yeah, so we started taking a detox drink. We're working on unbigging our backs, y'all.
Let me see if I can find that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're working on unbigging our backs because the summertime came, we kind of lost our minds, so we're in the gym.
Yeah.
I've already look from taking the detox to drinking the detox and a whole bunch of water. I've already lost like 3 to 5 pounds, and that's been in like less than a week.
Let me tell you something. It is Candy Cleanse Collection. That's what it is.
Candy cleanse, candid,
Candy.
candy.
Just like
Okay,
candy,
candy,
candy. Yep.
candy cleans collection.
Yep. That was the drink.
And what was the flavor? We got watermelon or strawberry.
No, it was like a tropical punch.
Okay, tropical punch. It was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gotta reach out to them and see if we can get some more.
Oh, we will.
Yeah,
There's a lot of vendors we're gonna reach out to.
Yeah, I got some more of that detox drink.
Who's the crack addict now?
No, but it's I definitely enjoy just seeing Black women happy and whole in their element, working with those who look like them, and it's just a good overall family experience and just a good experience as a whole.
I will say this though, real quick. I would say one thing I enjoy about it, I can go in there with my Afro puff and it be a whole bunch of other women with their Afro puffs too.
And then y'all just look at each other like, I like your Afro puff, or I like your
Yeah, do you
Afro
know how
puff.
many compliments I get on my Afro puffs?
I'm pretty sure it's had to be like half a dozen.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that because before, if I was in a different setting, because there was one work setting I was in, they was like, "Oh, you like Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse?" Like what, bruh?
Yeah, but overall, all in all, we definitely had a great time at the Black Women's Expo.
Yeah.
So, Bear, you want to tell people where they can find us?
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Bear, you want to drop the handles?
Yes, so you can email us at youstuckwithme@gmail.com. So that is USTUCKWITME@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can just type in You Stuck With Me Podcast and our page will come up. You can also find us on Instagram, You Stuck With Me _podcast. That is USTUCKWITME _podcast.
And then also, if you want us to give some advice, or you want a little more context, or you just want to drop us a line saying we're doing a good job, you can send us those letters to our email, and we'll read them on our segment. Are you stuck?
Yes, yes, yes. And you can also find me personally on Instagram in the app formerly known as Twitter, my_1. That is M1NE_1. This is your boy Marquise.
And you can find me.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
Just forget about me like that, man. You see how you do me, y'all? You can find me on Instagram and the app formerly known as Twitter under Queen Points. That is PO no1NTZ. Again, that is Queen Points, PO no1NTZ. And if you want some more behind the scenes of my yawning, the karaoke rehearsals, or all the foolishness, ridiculousness, tomfoolery, shenanigans, and malarkey, because we can't forget about the malarkey I do to Marquise to get on his nerves. You can also find us on TikTok. That's Queen Points 22. Again, that's Queen Points 22.
All right, all right. And once again, this podcast is sponsored by Blind Resistance. Make sure you guys support Blind Resistance because when you support Blind Resistance, you support the podcast.
Yep.
This is your boy Marquise.
And this is your one and only your favorite Taylor.
And we out, y'all.
Hey, come back.
Y'all stuck with us.
You stuck. You stuck with us.
Peace out, y'all.
Later.